Well, good day to all of you. Welcome back into the channel. This is Nikki. Glad to be with you all this morning. Hope you're doing great. I pray that God will bless your family. I pray that God will continue to cause his face to shine upon all of you. Thank all of you so very much for your support. Thank you for your prayers. I mean, everything you do, all of you, name by name and bit by bit, whatever you're doing for our channel, we so greatly appreciate it. Some people thought they were going to get away with this, family. They thought they were going to get away with taking from you and giving it to someone else. They thought they were going to thrive off of you. People thought they were going to come up off of you. They thought they were going to take what you had and go and invest it in something else. Can you imagine someone taking from you and using what you have given them and giving it to somebody else to build with someone else? To those of you who reached out to me by way of email to address this issue, we're going to address the elephant in the room today. We're going to address this because you need to understand what kind of people that you were dealing with, what kind of person that you were affiliated with. But I want to start out by saying, don't hold an ought. Don't hold an ought against anybody. It's going to be painful. This is very disgusting for somebody to do this to anyone. But they're going to have an awakening. They're going to have an aha moment because they were so sure, they were so certain that they were going to continue to feed you lies and take from you. Some people took you through the ringer. Some people took your finances. When I say took them, I don't mean literally steal. And some of you probably have gone through that. But we're talking about today whenever you are in a connection with someone and they feed you lies and they take from you financially, what you're giving them, they're giving it to somebody else. And my heart goes out to each and every one of you who have gone through this, or to those of you who are actually in the middle of going through this right now. They thought they were going to thrive. They did. They made you so many empty promises, and they never had any desire to fulfill the promises that they made for you. They did this so that they can gain what they wanted from you, because they knew if they were open and honest, they knew if they were transparent, they knew you wouldn't have done the things that you've done for them. They know that. So they played on your empathy. They played on your heartstrings. They played on you as a very nurturing, kind, and giving person. They thought you were very weak. No, you weren't weak. You just believed the lies that people told you. You believed that because you trusted this individual, and they have hell to pay for that. They have hell to pay for it. If these people think that they can manipulate your life, if these people think they can feed you lies, if they actually think that they have another thing coming, if people actually think, see, this is why you have to pray, and this is why you have to do your best to ask God to give you a discerning spirit, and the discerning spirit that you do have, you have to always pray and ask God to keep that discerning spirit heightened, because the devil, Satan, he's going to come as an angel of light, but he's not going to be real. He's not going to be authentic. You know, when people want to destroy you, they're not going to come out and show their true colors. This person or these people, they couldn't show you their true colors because they knew. They knew you. People observe you. They study you before they approach you, before they confront you. And they thought they had the audacity to come in your life and do this to you, and they had the nerve to even think that they were going to thrive. But now look at their life. People literally, honestly, and truthfully thought that they were going to be successful after lying to you, after manipulating you. You see how the enemy doesn't want this word to come out, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it out. God is going to use this word to come out. It doesn't matter how much you try to twist my words. It doesn't matter. This is going to be addressed. The elephant in the room is going to be addressed today. These people thought they were going to thrive. They thought they were going to thrive by taking from you, by getting you to do things for them that you normally wouldn't do for them. And they took all of that from you, and they went somewhere else and gave it to somebody else. Can you imagine? I want to apologize for all of you going through this. This is so heartless. They were heartless. This is why they're going through the same thing that you went through with wherever they are, and they're going to go through much, much, much more, because God is going to add a little bit of interest on it. God is going to add a little bit of extra judgment on that for these people doing this to you. They thought that was funny. People laugh behind your back. They talk behind your back, and they smile in your face because they're cowards. And they're not going to be real with you. And they're not going to be real with you, family, because they know you wouldn't give. They know you wouldn't do, family. They know that. So they had to play on your heartstrings. But there's a lesson in all of this for you. The lesson is your heart will be your biggest blessing, and your heart has the capability of being your biggest curse. So God would teach us during these times of what to do, when to do it, how to do it, when to give, how much to give. He's going to teach you temperance. He's going to teach you self-control. He's going to teach you restraint. Whenever people have the nerve to think that they're going to gain everything out of you and go take what you have given them and give it to somebody else. Some people thought they were going to build with someone else by taking from you. Some people actually thought they were going to gain by taking from you and building with somebody else. Some people had the nerve, the audacity to think that they could take from you and thrive. They thought they could take from you and go and be successful somewhere else. There's a God up there, and he's looking. He sits real high, but he's looking low, and his eyes is in every place. Can you imagine God's eyes is in every place? God was sitting right in the midst of this person. God was sitting right in the midst of these people when they were laughing at how they could get from you and how you would do for them and how you would give for them, like you were stupid, like you didn't know, like you were unwise. No, you weren't stupid, family of God. People just tugged on your vulnerability, and they just capitalized on your heart, and they have hell to pay for it. I am telling you today, if you have experienced this, if a person has come into your life and fed you lies, if a person or people have come into your life and manipulated your family and conned you, and you gave to them, and that person or these people walked out of your life and went down the road and think they were going to build and thrive and be successful and live their best life ever, I'm telling you, they're not going to be able to do it. God is a God of justice. God is a God of justice. And I want you to understand that about God. God is going to give you justice in this situation, but God is going to teach you to look at the flags, those red flags that he's shown you. Don't dismiss them the next time, because sometimes we dismiss them and we give people too much room to hurt us. And what do I mean when I say that? That means you would justify the behavior that somebody is giving you. Doesn't matter what we go through in life, we do not have a right, not one of us, me included. We don't have a right to injure, to hurt somebody else that is not the culprit of why we're going through what we're going through with. It was funny to these people then, because it looked like that what they wanted from you, it looked like, because in their mind, they just knew. In their mind, these people knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were going to make it without you. They just knew that they were going to take what you gave them and be successful in building a house down the road. They just knew they were going to be able to do that. They just knew it. But now they're shocked to know that they built a foundation on sinking sand. Can you imagine that somebody has taken from you and they've gone down the road to build, so they thought, with somebody else, and they thought they were going to thrive? No, they're not going to thrive. You're going to survive this, and you are the one that is going to thrive. You hear me today? You survive this, and you will survive this. You are going to thrive, and these people are not going to thrive. They thought that they were going to thrive off of you, your goodness, and your nurturing ability that you have. They thought that they were going to take everything that they could take from you, and when they didn't need anything else from you, these people thought when they didn't need any more from you, they were going to wash their hands of you. It was going to be a done deal, and they were going to move down the road and live their life. They thought they were going to live their best life ever. That's what they thought. But now when they look over their life, they're going to see the hand of God hammering down on them. They're going to see and they're going to feel the judgment of God, because God has to teach all of us not to do things like this. If you don't mean anybody any good, leave people alone. None of us have a right to take and to deplete people just because we're going through something. And now they're going to have hell to pay for that. I'm telling you today, without a shadow of a doubt, those of you who have reached out to me with this issue that people took from you, they made you empty promises, and the promises that they gave you, they gave it to somebody else. Thank God he washed your hands of this person. Whoever betrayed you so deeply, whoever this person was, whoever these people were that betrayed you so deeply, who was so disgusting in this manner, whoever that person is, I'm telling you today, family, they have hell to pay for it. But I pray today that you won't focus on the kind of judgment that God is going to give these people. I pray that you will go within and ask yourself some hard questions. What was it about me that kept allowing this person to hurt me? What was it about me that I kept allowing these people to take from me when I knew I should have put my foot on the brake? See, sometimes you do it because you're broken. You do it because you're broken, and you think by you doing well toward a person who doesn't do well by you, you think that it's going to do good. You think it's going to make a difference. You can do well by a person who is using you, taking advantage of you. You remember this, family. When a person is using you, this is how they feel about you. And it doesn't matter what good you do. It doesn't matter how much good that you do. It's not going to make a difference to a person who loathes you. Some people disregarded you so much, but now they're in regret of disregarding you. Now these people are in regret. But what they've done to you, because the judgment of God is hammering down on your life. Can you imagine if they got away scot-free? They wouldn't feel guilty. They wouldn't feel regret. They're only feeling regret. They're only feeling remorse because they've gotten caught. And because their life is not panning out the way that they thought they would. They are not going to thrive. I don't care who they are. I don't care who this person is. I don't care who these people are. They're not going to thrive off of you. They're not going to thrive off of you. They're not going to come up off of you. They're not. They're not going to be successful after what they've done to you. They're not. God is rendering justice on your behalf, and you just know this. God is giving you justice for somebody lying to you, selling you a dream, knowing they had no desire to fulfill the promises that they gave you. They did this, family of God, because they knew you had what they wanted. They knew you had what they needed. So they had to feed you lies. They had to feed you a dream that they never had any desire of fulfilling. So keep your discerner hat on. Stay prayerful. Stay in God's presence so that he can reveal the true heart of people, so that he can reveal the true intention of people, because this is what God is doing. You're praying about certain things, and God is showing you the heart of people. Now, when God shows you and I the heart of people, we have no choice but to believe. Don't justify what God is showing you, because that's who they are. People are who they are. So when they show you their true colors, when God snatches that mask off, believe the person that you're looking at. That person that's looking back at you, you believe that person. That person who hurt you and drug you through the mud like that, that person who took from you, family, and lied to you and manipulated you and conned you, and walked out of your front door into somebody else's front door, into their home, and thought they were going to build and be happy. I don't know what world people live in. That's not going to happen. Not when it comes to God's kids. You have blood on you. And people can't just touch you and handle you any kind of way. And you don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them you serve God and don't touch me, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to tell them. You can. But God is going to show them. God is going to tell them, and God is going to show them. God is going to remind people why they're going through the hell they're going through with. God is going to remind people today why they are going through what they're going through with, family of God. You don't have to worry about it. That's God's job, to give you justice. And I come to affirm and confirm to you all today who have reached out to me. God is going to render justice for you. God is going to render judgment toward your people that took from you, and thought they were going to live their best life after taking from you. They did. These people really thought they were going to thrive and be successful and fulfill their dreams and live out their dreams and live happily ever after they broke your heart, after they used you, after they gave you broken promises, knowing they weren't going to fulfill them, knowing they weren't going to do that, knowing their mind was set on somebody else because that person. See, listen, family, when people feel like they can do better than you, let them go. They thought they can do better than you. They thought the next person was better than you. Let them go, family. Wash your hands of this person for the rest of your life. Wash your hands of this individual. Don't let people come back into your life that tried to destroy your life. Don't allow people to keep coming back in your life, family, like a revolving door, who treated you so poorly and disrespectfully. You deserve better than that. You don't deserve the treatment that this person gave you. You don't deserve the treatment that these people gave you. You don't deserve it. You're going to thrive now. Now that toxicity has been removed, this is a way of God removing people that don't belong in your life. It doesn't matter how much you want people to stay. If God did not call that person into our life, they can't stay. And don't try to make it happen. Don't try to keep making it work. Don't try to do that, because God is going to hold up your blessing. You're gonna block your life, the flow that God wants to give your life. You can't give it because you have the wrong people. When the wrong people leave your life, bad things stop happening to you. When the right people enter your life, good things are going to happen to you. It is. I love you. We're going to talk later, if it is God's will. You see the scammers in our comment section when you receive a reply with my fake picture icon or anybody else's fake picture icon. Delete that reply under your comment and continue to report these people. Thank all of you for all of your acts of kindness, for supporting the book, your cash apps, your super thanks, your prayers, all of your well wishes. We thank you for everything that you do every single day toward this channel. They're not going to thrive. They're not going to get away with what they've done to you, and they're not going to get by with what they've done to you. Keep your mind elevated on things above and not below. This is Nikki, and I love you. You keep going, you go, and you have an amazing day, because God knows what he's trying to get to you. Let that good stuff come into your life. Let those good people that God is getting ready to bring into your life, let them come. The wrong people had to go. Now right people are going to come. It's the truth, family. I love you. Talk later.